Just finished West Ham 0, Leicester 2, the stadium just behind me there. I would say everybody's leaving on the bridge, but truth is they left about 10 minutes before the game, and who can blame them? That was the most predictable outcome in the season so far. Not even just the result, but the scoreline itself. West Ham not scoring, conceding a couple of goals, could have been 3, thanks to Fabianski. I'm not angry, I'm not even angry, and I think I'm upset. I am upset today, but I think I'm upset about the fact that I'm not angry, if that makes sense. All week after the Crystal Palace game, I was pissed off, and then sort of midweek coming up to this game, I was grumpy because I assumed that we were going to get beat today. I got that correct, but I also assumed I was going to be pissed off. I'm not. I'm just upset now. It's not good enough. When this team come out, it's the same team that got beat by Crystal Palace. It's the same players that have not been doing it all season. In some cases, they haven't turned up all season. They put out that team expecting different results, and the performance felt a little bit better. The first half felt a little bit better than Crystal Palace last week. However, I might be disorientated because I'm at the game rather than at home, and second of all, that they conceded. They scored after 8 minutes. It changed the game. We had to play differently. But for all the little bits and pieces we had, we didn't create anything. I can only remember Danny Ward making one sort of awkward save from Paqueta's header, and he made a couple of saves from Daisy Cutters from Skamaka and Benrahma in the second half. Danny Ward was largely untested today, and when Harvey Barnes made it 2-0 and everybody started leaving, the Leicester fans started singing, "Is there a fire drill?" Well, there better be some sort of alarm going off in the boardroom, because that's not good enough. It is not good enough. It's not been good enough since the start of 2022, but just this season itself, it's not been good enough. For 90 minutes, not good enough. I thought one or two players had a decent enough game, but that's it. 1 or 2 out of 11. 12 you want to, well, say include the subs. Zuma wasn't really on for long enough, so 11 players out there, not including Zuma and Fornals. 2 players played half decent, that's it. It's not enough. It is not enough. It's not enough from the manager, it's not enough from the starting 11. Some of the players have let him down, but I think he's let the fans down today. Coming out the ground, there's a geezer selling a half and half scarf. I almost got one for Moyes' memento of his last game as West Ham manager. It's just not good enough whatsoever. It's the same old thing once again. Tactics, let's keep it tight. We're not good enough to keep it tight. We're shipping goals every single game. You're asking defenders who are struggling to defend for 90 minutes. We can't do it. Going forward, I'll be honest with you, Paqueta, nightmare today. Absolute nightmare. In the first half, he couldn't make anything happen. Like I said, unlucky with the header, that looping head towards the back post. The best chance of the half fell for him. Unfortunately, that was prime for a right footer. He was coming in on his left foot. I think he sort of panicked a little bit. He should have crossed it. Kind of went for goal, kind of didn't go for goal. It was a tame effort. But everything he was trying just wasn't working at all. He had a stinker of a first half. Didn't get any better for him in the second half. But we were just clueless. I don't even know what to say. I feel like I'm repeating what I've said for the last 2-3 weeks. But that's the point. We are saying the same things. We're seeing the same things. And the results are the same. A defeat. Moyes, coming into this game, Moyes said, "Oh, well, we're on the same points as Leicester, so we must be doing something right." Well, we're not anymore, are we? But the big and the huge fundamental difference is Leicester are on the way up. We are on the way down. We've now got a World Cup break. It is going to be a long, long time. A long time sitting at that league table, over analysing every single player and the manager. And that's if he's here. And you know what? He will be here. Moyes will keep his job. It came out yesterday, Moyes is safe regardless of the result. What's that? Why are you telling the manager he can essentially lose tomorrow and it doesn't matter? There's got to be consequences for this. It's not enough. Do you know something? The experts I thought turned up today. I do. Was the atmosphere rocking? No, it wasn't. But I felt that they were behind the boys. Got a bit of a stun when it went 1-0 down kind of thing. But at times, at pockets, and it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't for the duration of 90 minutes. But at times, the crowd were trying. The crowd were desperate for something to G them up today, to get them going. And at times, they did get going. But it's just not good enough. It's shocking. The manager is under pressure coming into this one. And all he's done is strengthen the case of the experts. that don't want him at West Ham anymore. After the Crystal Palace game, I would have liked to. I've sort of decided that I think I want Moyes to go, and the reason I say I think is because I'm a bit worried that I'm over emotional after the Crystal Palace game. All week I've been thinking about it in a calmer manner, and my opinion hasn't changed today. My opinion's only strengthened. But again, I'm going to take a couple of days to calm down, reflect, and I'll have a big discussion with Gonzo, and we'll do a video about the future of David Moyes. But he came into this knowing his job's safe, and what we've seen today was the performance of a team that knows the manager's safe. I don't even know what to say, to be honest with you. Their goals, I was down the wrong end of the pitch for the first one. I saw Barnes racing away from Kerr, ball went across, Maddison scored. I don't know if I can criticise which defenders is at fault. I don't know. I need to see it back. As for the second one, it looked, even from the other end of the pitch, it looked like a penalty. Either Craig Dawson had pulled off a world-class tackle to get the wrong side of Daka, who is a lot faster than Dawson, to then catch up and put in a tackle the wrong side is either a world-class challenge or a penalty. So I was almost expecting VAR to get involved after the ball carried on for what seemed like quite a while. Fantastic, well I say fantastic, it's a good save from Fabianski. It's a poor penalty from Tielemans, but it's a good save from Fabianski. Saves our arses, puts us in. This is how bad it's got. I'm talking in a positive manner that we were only 1-0 down at half. We were only 1-0 down at half time. How good was that? But it felt positive because it felt like, right, okay, let's do something. Let's see a reaction. Change something for the second half. Because like I said, in the first half, I don't think everything was dreadful. Was everything good? Certainly not. Was every player good? Certainly not. But I thought there was bits of momentum. We were gathering a little bit of momentum occasionally. We were getting the ball into the right areas. We weren't creating any chances, but we were getting the ball in the right areas to start trying to create those chances. And it felt like there was something there to work with at half time. Come out in the second half, there was nothing. Absolutely nothing. As I said at the start, I thought a couple of players had a half-decent game. Declan Rice decided Benrahma. Them. I thought they had a half-decent game. I thought Rice played well. I thought Declan Rice played well. I think Benrahma, at least he has. Did he create anything? No. But when I am desperate for something, I will cling to the fact that we've actually got a player who's willing to have a go at them. He's driving at Castagna. He's forcing Leicester City back a little bit, trying the crosses. Were they great? No. But at least he had the bollocks to do something on the pitch. And then I thought Jared Bowen, enthusiastic. Do you know that saying, isn't it? Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Well, today I thought some of our talent was working hard, just that the talent wasn't on show. And that's the case of Paqueta. One thing I will say is, in the first half, I can only speak about the first half because of where I sit. In the first half, I thought Yuri Tielemans out of possession was incredible. I was generally sitting there getting a bit frustrated with how good Tielemans was. He was pinning Declan Rice back. When Leicester had the ball at the back, you could see Skamaka going up too fast, the ball would come to Amarte, Paqueta would go, then that left Soumare free, and you could see Declan Rice itching to join the press, but he couldn't because Tielemans had it pinned right back at that halfway line. If Rice went, Tielemans was unmarked because Daka was on Zuma and then Aguerd, Maddison, and then Pratt was on Aaron Creswell. Benrahma had Castagna. It was almost like a spare man for Leicester City. They used it really well, and it frustrated me because I was watching Declan Rice and you could see him take 2 strides forward and 2 strides back because he was wanting to go but he couldn't. Tielemans' positioning in the first half out of possession was brilliant. Second half, I don't know, not in front of me anymore. I don't know. When something happens that you expect, there's only so much disappointment you can have. It's a bit like our disallowed goal. I didn't celebrate it because I could tell Jared Bowen was a mile offside, or it felt like it looked like a mile offside, so I didn't celebrate it. So when it got given as offside, I wasn't surprised. When the penalty was given, I wasn't surprised. We've lost today, I'm not surprised, and that's why I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed at that. I wanted the lineup to come out and me to think, oh, Moyes is trying something different. There was nothing different they tried today. When the game kicked off, I was waiting for a little something, a little tweak. In the first 2 minutes there was. Skamaka was playing right wing and Bowen was playing up front. I was looking at it thinking, bit strange, but at least he's doing something. It lasted about 2 minutes. I don't know what the point of it was, right? I don't know why. But It's just incredibly frustrating when what you think is going to happen happens. And when we've got beat today, it's no surprise to any West Ham fan. It's probably not a surprise to Leicester City fans. Like I said, the most predictable outcome, the most predictable scoreline as well, being 2-0 Leicester. And it's a long 6 weeks this. Well, it's one of two things, isn't it? The opportunity is there for the club, for every club in the Premier League, by the way, not just West Ham United. Every club now has a chance to reevaluate, and if they wish to sack their manager, now is the perfect time to do it. It's a very unique opportunity that the World Cup has presented us. Now, I don't like it. I hate the World Cup is here, but we need it. We need this break. At the start of the season, people would ask the rhetorical question, is what's going to happen with the World Cup? Is it going to be a good thing? Is it going to be a bad thing for my team? Whether it's West Ham, whether it's Leicester City, any other team. None of us really knew. And a few weeks ago, when we were starting to pick up a few wins, I thought maybe the World Cup would be a bad thing. We're now picking up the wins a little bit. Well, actually, off the back of the last month, I'm bloody glad it's here, because we need this break. Pressure's on the boardroom. Like I said, is there a fire drill? No, there wasn't. But there better be some sort of alarm going off in the boardroom, because this, not just what we've seen, but this is unacceptable. Anyway, I said I wasn't angry. I feel like I'm getting angry. I'm waiting to sit and dissect the game with a few people, and then head home. I'll be back tomorrow on the main channel with a camera review of the game, perhaps, once I've seen the goals and stuff back. Big game for Moyes today, and he failed.